Hey mamas, welcome back to Black Mamas Do Science. Today we will be taking a look at making our own homemade kinetic sand. So get ready. Okay mamas, these are the ingredients that you will need to make your own homemade kinetic sand, and hopefully these are ingredients you have at your house already. Well, all of them except for one, unless you live near a beach. We live near one, but not close enough to go and just scoop some sand out. And so that first ingredient you'll need is sand. I will link down below where we got our sand from. The second ingredient you'll need is Elmer's glue. You can use white Elmer's glue like we did, or you can use the clear Elmer's glue, whichever you have on hand. I have seen reviews from this particular recipe on whether or not the white glue is good or the clear glue. So whatever you have on hand. Then the third ingredient you will need is fabric softener. So we just use the regular fabric softener we already had on hand. There's no particular type that you need, just fabric softener. And then also you will need dish soap. And so again, whatever kind of dish soap you have, not particular to the brand. And so I use the Dawn soap that we already had at home. And then the last thing you will need is lots of bowls and spoons. And so if you will be making different colors of this kind of kinetic sand, then get more bowls and spoons. Dax and I decided to do 2 different colors, and so that's why I had a couple of different bowls and spoons out for us to mix everything. But if you're going to be doing more, then make sure you have some more bowls and spoons to mix everything at the end of this experiment. So mamas, go ahead and pull out all those ingredients. Okay mamas, so once you have all of your ingredients, go ahead, sit down with your kid, and we will get to mixing. So Dax is getting older, and if you watch our previous video, I did not do a lot of prep for him. And so this time I'm not gonna do it again, and we are going to mix everything at the table so you can see it. And so we use a cup of sand for each, about a cup, half a cup of sand for each color. So if you will be making lots of colors, or it depends on how much kinetic sand you want actually. So if you just want a little bit to hold in your hand, you can put less sand. If you want bigger, areas of sand, then go ahead and add a lot more sand than what we're adding. You will also need to go ahead and mix 1 tablespoon of your Dawn soap, and then go ahead and mix half a tablespoon of your fabric softener, and then you will need to mix 6 or more drops of food coloring. The more drops of food coloring you add in, the more vibrant your sand color will be. So this is the order that we're going to do it in. You are going to mix all of your liquids into 1 bowl. And then it will kind of look slimy. You'll see the consistency of what it'll look like. And then put that to the side. Once you've mixed both, like us, if you're doing 2 colors, once you've mixed both of your colors up, then you will slowly start adding in sand a little bit at a time until you just mix up and all the liquid is absorbed. Dax liked this a lot. He wanted to keep adding more colors into the sand, but just go ahead and keep adding sand. Even if you don't use all the sand, you'll notice that the sand kind of feels like, it may feel a little damp or wet. But you'll notice that it's not like how it was before. The texture definitely has changed. And so you can pull it apart if you start seeing any parts of the glue showing. If you see white glue or anything like that, go ahead, add more sand and keep mixing it in. If you notice that the spoon is getting too hard, go ahead and use your hands. So I will forewarn you, the food coloring, because we added so much, stained our hands a little bit, but we washed them, came off. So, because it's food coloring, don't worry. I was a little scared at first when I saw me and Dax's hands had green and blue everywhere. But that's just, be forewarned about that. So once you've mixed all of your sand together, you will see how when you pull it apart, it kind of goes back together, the sand. And it feels like beach sand, where you can mold it really easily. And so I went ahead and I pulled out some beach toys for Dax so that he could play with it, and some cookie cutters. And so he went ahead and was dumping the sand into the cookie cutters and playing with it like he was at the beach. And so that was pretty fun. We didn't make a whole bunch since I didn't do this experiment outside, which I may do next time to avoid all the cleanup. And so let us know in the comments below how your consistency of your sand worked out. Was it too wet for you? What did it feel like? Ask your kids, like, do they like this texture of sand? Dax, I thought, was going to freak out. He did not. He really liked it, actually, and I was kind of surprised. He doesn't like stuff on his hands, and so he really, really liked this sand. And so let us know in the comments down below how your kids liked it. Okay, mamas, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our videos. We love doing these with you, and we hope you love them too. Okay, mamas, so this is the science behind our Kinetic sand, our homemade Kinetic sand. So store-bought Kinetic sand works in the same way, and so it is coated with a polymer, and the name is some super duper scientific name that I can't remember. I'm sure it'll appear on the screen. Anyways, and so that makes it behave differently than regular sand. And in the same way, we created our own polymer when we mixed all of our wet ingredients, which was the fabric softener, the Dawn soap, and our Elmer's glue and food coloring. And so mixing all of that, we added a coat of polymers on top of our sand, which makes it behave differently. So you'll notice that you pull it apart, you can mold it, unlike the dry sand. You can put it inside of cookie cutters, it'll hold the shape. The same way if you decide to make a sand castle, it kind of works in that exact same way. Dry sand does not work like that. So our key ingredient obviously was the special polymer that we added, and it also doesn't let the sand dry out. So it's always gonna have that kind of like wet texture that you would see at the beach when you try to make a sandcastle at the beach. You don't use the super dry sand, you go towards the water and use that good wet sand. And so that's what we made. And so our polymers allowed us to kind of have this different shape. However, when you look at the sand granule, just one, it doesn't look any different than a different sand granule. It's all when it works together that you get this special, unique shape of sand versus just dry sand. All right, mamas, that's our experiment for the week. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.